everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Riverdale, Season 1, Episode 13.
The Sweet Hereafter.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
They are so tangentially related to the content of the episode most of the time.
They must have said it at some point in the episode.
Almost none of them make sense. I mean, Cheryl's trying to die to join Jason in the Sweet Hereafter, but it's also probably the name of a movie that I just don't know about.
You're like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be done with this.
It's 11:45. I'm fucking sleepy.
Okay, wow. The ultimate cliffhanger.
Oof.
We left out. Also bold for a show that apparently does not know how cliffhangers work.
Yeah.
Because we get 2 in a row, only to immediately, not even commercial break, just be like, what happened next? You won't believe. It was Cliff. And it's like... Because ending on that gunshot is just so, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's kind of nice, but because this season in particular was so, well, actually it was the summer that they put it on Netflix that it got so popular.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was only just moderately popular when it aired.
When it aired, yeah. We were watching it live, but it didn't get really popular until after they put it on Netflix. You're right.
So,
yeah.
This was definitely, it's not one of those shows where it was like, this was an episode that we didn't need, but it was definitely sort of like closing the door on one chapter and opening on the next.
It's a pretty classic teen show finale because you have to deal with the villain of the season and then you have to introduce the villain of the upcoming season, which we do.
Well, true and false, because the original plan for Riverdale was it was going to cycle through genres.
Right.
And so originally Sabrina was meant to come in season 2, and she's even teased in this episode when Betty says something wicked this way comes.
That's right.
And I don't remember when exactly they made the decision. I don't lament it too much because I don't know what that would have been. I mean, that takes Riverdale into a completely different direction. And you love the serpent stuff so much that we probably wouldn't. I mean, I guess we
love the serpent
favorite
stuff
you cream
so
for the entire season.
I hate Tall Boy just as much as you do. I understand the point of the serpent stuff. The serpent stuff makes sense to me within the noir universe of Riverdale. I don't love the serpent stuff so much.
Wish you could marry that plot point. But
the only thing I wish I could marry is Betty's apathetic striptease to Mad World.
I take staggering issue with the notion that this is Riverdale's 75th anniversary. That means this town was founded in 1942. And we get a whole host of great grandpappy this and that and
like 1800s clothing, or 1700s clothing.
Oh yeah,
there's a witch burning.
Yeah, at one point. Which I mean, in Riverdale, I could believe they were doing that in 1943.
Sure, and wearing those clothes too. So I agree with you.
Why?
Know.
Where? And it's
maybe
not even...
okay. So here it is. It's the 75th anniversary of the last time that Riverdale was reincorporated.
It's not believable that stretch of time could pass. No, but it's I understand retconning things. I'm not a super stickler for that, but it's even just here with this information that feels incorrect.
Sure,
because there's such a retro vibe to all of Riverdale, the show Riverdale. That it I don't know, it feels weird. It feels very, very weird. They have that Jubilee that again, and I do love unlikely voice, not unlikely, that's not it, but I love voice of reason Josie, who's y'all 5 aren't hijacking yet another
town-wide situation.
Which Betty still proceeds to do, but although real rich from Miss Josie and the Pussycats finding a way to sing at every Also the worst of Archie's songs.
It wasn't great.
No. And how is Veronica still a pussycat at this point?
I don't know.
That feels But
Cheryl is not yet. She sings with them sometimes. Yeah.
Also, we got the backstory with Alice and Hal arguing about her being pregnant at homecoming. They're really sticking with the homecoming, too.
That means she would have given birth like before graduation. If she were pregnant enough to know it in the fall.
Well, she was at Sisters of Quiet Mercy.
So did Alice Cooper never graduate high school?
I don't know. But we get a line reading from Veronica about how Daddy must have a
blonde Adonis. Oh,
a brother, a 20-something brother, and Veronica says some blonde Adonis, no doubt. And if you know where we're going,
it is both true and not.
Yeah, well, because I forgot his name, but I think mild spoilers. I'm assuming. I think Chick is cute. Yeah. I just would never call him some blonde Adonis.
Yeah.
And then enter Wyatt Nash.
Yeah, of course.
So, Cheryl shrieking for help.
Yeah.
No one's answering that call.
Well, and in fact, Penelope is receiving the call and sending her a voicemail saying like, no.
She went and turned on her read receipts.
Yeah.
Just to leave red.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, my favorite part is she's like, can I stay home from school? And Penelope's like, absolutely not. And then storms out and she just does. And I was sort of like, so why did we even?
Yeah.
What was even the point of that?
I have no idea.
But
especially because Penelope specifically is like, because Cheryl quite rightly is like, I'm having a hard time. It's just so awful. And then Penelope is like, I don't care. And it's like the implication is that she doesn't care about like literally anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so if you don't care, then just let her stay home. Who cares?
I forgot what I like yelled at her. And I love Penelope, but I like yelled at her where I was like, she was like, you hated your father. Why are you crying?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's not how trauma works, you harpy. Like,
she is horrible.
She is terrible. I like her better when she turns into comic book villain. Mm-hmm. Like, she's like evil stepmother at this point, like abusive stepmother at this point, and it's not as fun. But actually, to Cheryl's credit, she approaches and very sincerely apologizes to Jughead.
Yes, but it is like a goodbye to her. She like gives the vixens to Veronica, and she's like doing all of this other like weird stuff, and then she like gives
everybody. So
she like gives her brooch to Jughead and is like, "I'm really sorry. You can sell this."
She then reads him for absolute filth. Funny as shit. That has never hit me before. But she gives him this brooch, which no doubt probably is valuable.
Yeah.
And she then proceeds to be like, it'll fetch a pretty penny at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
Shat. Just shat. And then she's like, it'll keep you up to here and like.
It'll keep you in S t-shirts and hamburgers for the rest of your life.
Blah. It's like, that's my favorite flavor of Cheryl Blossom.
Me too. Because like that's what I mean, where it's like, I miss this Cheryl. I miss season 1 and 2 Cheryl. The Cheryl we have today is like such a far cry from that in like the most disappointing way to me.
In like one episode of an AU, I'm not entirely.
All episodes of the AU. And most likely this coming one.
We'll see. So she like, well, I was gonna say it, unlike Penelope, everyone is sort of like,
yeah, what's going on?
And she does try to,
especially Veronica, weirdly. Veronica is the one that clocks it the most.
So rare form in this episode. I like kind of love Veronica in this episode. There's several scenes, like her scene with Cheryl, I really like. She's got a great scene with Jughead that we like virtually never get again. What?
There's no Hiram.
I honestly did not know what you were gonna say.
That's just simply it. It's that there's no Hiram for her to be in this Sisyphean roundabout in every episode with. He's not there, and she's like barely in a fight with Hermione, who is trying to be a villain, and like,
yeah, she never, and that's not an indictment of Marisol, but they just never fully, they attempt to make Hermione the queen pin like once or twice, and I mean, I would love to see it, but we don't.
Because it's like, it is her sometimes, except for in the end, it's always just Hiram. It always just,
well, they go as far as to like make it, because isn't there a scene in season 2 where she like somebody drives Archie out to like a cliff, and it's like her, and you're like, oh shit, but then nothing ever comes of it. Well, she's also preparing for Hiram to get out of jail. They're trying to buy Fred out of the construction company, I guess, just so they can do more of their like evil or
and
scheming.
And she just keeps saying, it'll be better for you if you're out of this when Hiram gets home. And it's like, then like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. But no, so back to Cheryl trying to drown herself I can't fathom how they filmed that, because they are properly outside.
All of these children are freezing to death in Vancouver.
And I'm sort of like, did they find a field that just looked like a lake? Or like, because something like goes down.
Something goes down. I'm not sure.
Because even and I guess it's like we've seen Sweetwater River before. I don't really recall how many times we go under it. But it's like, it always, like, there was sediment in that water that that she was in. I don't know. And so I don't know about, like, the blood, but he broke his hand filming that scene.
Oh, like in real life?
Like, real KJ. That's why he's in the cast.
Okay.
And then, like, he's in the cast for, like, 8 episodes of season 2 for continuity.
Yeah.
But it was so cold that he didn't know he broke his hand. Like, it, like, hurt, but he was just like, So, as he do, I think, a KJ Appa special.
He is a puppy dog.
But no, it also just like, it looks so good. Very cinematic.
Okay, that's the thing too. It's like, it's one of the most impressive, like winter moments in a TV show or movie. And I think it is because it is real. They are outside in winter in Vancouver. And that's so unusual. And so it's like all of their skin is like pink and purple because they're like underneath their makeup, you can see they're all pale, but it's like a bluish, pinkish, purplish tint. It's like wild. And you're right. So cinematic with like all the like fluffy snow. It's real snow, at least
it
some
looks
of it.
like it.
It's sticking to Archie.
And he was like, KJ was so geeked out on it. Like, I was looking at an article and he was like, oh my God. He was like, our finale is so good. I can't get over it. Like, he's all excited.
That's adorable.
None of them have felt that in a while. So
I feel like they could have felt okay through season 3. And then I feel like after that, they had to have been like, I don't know.
It's sort of like True Blood where there is no specific moment, like time of death. It's just sort of a gradual decline.
At a certain point, you're just like, Anna Paquin has an awesome. Like, what are we doing here?
Actually, that was a bold-faced lie. The time of death is, God damn you, Bill Compton.
That's season 2.
Yeah, episode 1 of season 2.
Episode 1 of season 2.
Call it. We had a good run. No, regardless. So, yeah.
You're correct, though. That's horrible. I just am like, ugh.
So they rescue Cheryl, and then everybody else's mother continues to just be a thunder cunt to her.
Yeah,
so I don't think Cheryl stood a chance. I mean, the fact that
because like literally Veronica takes her home and is like warming her in front of the fire and gives her like cocoa with peppermint liqueur in it, which sounds amazing. And Hermione comes home and just is like, what is that doing in the house? And you're like, whoa.
They're sending Jughead to Southside. It works. It's fine.
I don't like any of this plot line. I mean, we get Tony, which is fine, and Fangs. It's fine.
That's Fangs Fogarty.
It's whatever. My point is that I don't love like the way that they are presenting it. Well, I don't understand why Jughead can't get emancipated. And so that's my first issue. And then he's like trying to live with Fred and Archie. And even though he already has been living with Fred and Archie, the fact that Fred got a DUI when he like right after Mary left him means he can't like officially foster Jughead.
Which I'm like, okay, then let Jughead run away from home.
Well, I think because there's like a criminal involved, like FP is a criminal. And so it's like DCS is involved. Like they weren't involved before. And so, but it's also, I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with that. He has to be fostered on the South Side for some reason. He can't get fostered by anybody in Riverdale. He has to go to the South Side. He has to go to South Side High. It's just all stupid.
I also like, thankfully we never get this foster family.
Yeah.
That kind of. But it's just it's kind of whatever. I mean, he's there for a little bit. Like you said, we get a couple characters out of it. And it's fine. And
a truly hilarious school raid. I can't wait I think.
Well, we're not going to. We've already done it.
We already did it, but I can't wait to watch that again because I haven't watched it since we recorded it.
I just like in my mind, I've imprinted Tainted Love over it. Is that kind of well? So Cheryl then burns down Thornhill.
Amazing. While Penelope bats at her hair from behind.
It's just so good. Well, okay. So I think my favorite. Because the editor was like, fucking cha-ching.
Yeah.
I think she's like trying to hit her.
Yeah.
Because she like I think Natalie is going to hit her and she misses and tries again and misses again. I think she's too far away.
Yeah.
But it causes her hair to.
Cheryl's just incredible hair. Like if there's like, I love
Godiva Reborn. Like
I love Lily Reinhart so much, but like if I could steal one thing from the cast of Riverdale, it is Cheryl's hair. If I could have that hair, I would do it.
Same.
Deal with the devil. I'm ready.
Where's that?
Where is Lou?
Sell your soul.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gladly.
So yeah, she burns down Thornhill in a pretty spectacular montage. It's a Riverdale special where they like to show both like Betty and Jughead and Archie and Veronica boning, and then Cheryl undergoing some form of significant trauma.
Yeah. Emotional, physical, financial,
The South Side Serpents are back, and Jughead's one of them, and he like a duck to water.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey.
Especially a duck to water, like, even weirdly after they, like, interrupted him mid-coitus with Buffy with Betty. And there's a knock on the trailer, and Jughead just goes, "Is that your mom?"
She's like, who else would it be?
Yeah.
How do you feel about I love you, Betty Cooper?
No.
I love you, Jughead Jones. Do you like to look into your paramour's eyes and say their full name?
I have known my husband.
Sociopathic.
For going on like 13 years, I've known my husband. He has never called me by my first and last name. And the moment he does, I'll be filing for divorce. I find it horribly.
The judge will like open, granted.
Immediate. And he'll give me all the assets because I deserve them for that trauma. I don't understand what it is about romance things where you have to say first and last name. It's horrible. Who looks at you and says your first and last name? That's crazy behavior. I think it's so weird. I don't think it's romantic. I don't think it's sexy. It really, really makes me uncomfortable. When it's in books, I get uncomfortable. When it's in TV shows, Bill Compton, can't do it. It's bad. It's really bad.
God damn you, Bill Compton.
No, I hate it. I just like, no.
I don't feel that strongly, but I don't love it.
No.
So how would you feel if it was preceded or succeeded by, we're gonna make a baby? See our coverage of season 6.
Jughead Jones. We're gonna make a baby.
I want you to put a baby in me.
No.
Awful.
So awful.
Oh, is that about it? I feel like that's about it.
Well, Fred gets shot at the end.
Oh.
At Pops. Archie, it is the summer of Archie. Everything's coming up Archie Andrews. And then he goes to the bathroom to wash both his hands, including the one with the cast on it. And he hears arguments. And man, poor Pop Tate is like held at gunpoint.
It's aggressive.
So aggressive. And then he's like, what kind of diner that's in a trailer has a safe? But Pop Tate is having to be like, there's no safe. We
kind of glossed over all the crime. They've been like talking about how crime is on the rise.
And Betty made the big speech about how like Riverdale is on the precipice of like one way or the other and whatever. And then Archie comes out of the bathroom and sees like the gunman and everything. And Fred is like, don't do anything. And then Archie, like a big dumb puppy, does it anyway and like rushes. And then so does Fred. And then you're right. It should have cut there. But then we like get another extra little scene where we find out Fred's the one that's been shot.
Well, the thing is, Riverdale likes cliffhangers, but it loves tableaus.
Yeah. So like Archie holding Fred on the floor is obviously, yeah.
So, okay. I hope that we covered everything.
Yeah.
So.
He like continues to pop up, but I did want to shout out. I hope that Trevor Steins made some coin for
Jason?
this show. Yeah.
He stays employed.
He does.
We get him a minimum of 2 times per season.
I just hope that he never has a line. I just hope he's always in disgusting makeup. I hope he just got paid. I want good things for him.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
here's season 1.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
For more.
Season 2 for sure. Bye.